Hi, I'm Jordana Michelle, lesbian love coach and creator of Women Wanting Women, the place to be to learn the secrets of how women attract each other and to find and keep lesbian love. And there are links below if you want free access to some of what I teach there. But in this video, I want to talk about why I am positive that you are guaranteed to find love if you don't already have it. Now, I think the biggest challenge for queer women is this fear that we're not going to find love. And it's totally normal for our community to have this fear. And the reason is that we're a minority. And a lot of times we can look out into the world and think about all the women that we've ever been attracted to in our lifetime. And if we look at the actual percentage of those women who've actually been LGBT or queer or are available for us to even date in the first place, it's a much smaller number. And that can cause us to feel the feeling that it's harder to meet women. And also we can look at our straight friends and see that those women can go out on dates so much more frequently, or they'll open their online Tinder profile and there are just so many more single people for them to swipe through than, comparatively speaking, the queer women in our area that we have to swipe through. So it could start to feel as though we don't have as much opportunity for love as our straight friends have. But what's interesting from my perspective is the fact that my straight friends don't have relationships more often than my queer friends do. They just have dates more frequently when they're single, right? As queer women, maybe we'll have fewer dates in between, but once we meet someone that we really like, then we start dating them right away. But straight women have a harder time because men are harder to get commitment from. So even if they go out on a bunch of dates, it doesn't mean that the guys that they're meeting are actually going to commit to them. But commitment isn't the struggle that queer women have, right? What did the lesbian bring to her second date? A U-Haul, right? That's the joke. What did the queer woman bring to her second date? A moving truck. So whereas straight women can go on lots and lots and lots and lots of dates, but not find a man to commit to her, we as queer women might not go on dates. We might go long stretches of time without meeting someone, but the minute we meet someone and she's awesome and she likes us back and we like her, boom, we're already in a relationship and the commitment thing is not really necessarily the issue. So we have a different challenge, and that challenge is to stay positive and to remember that when we fear that we're not going to find love, that's just a fear. Those are just words that pass through our head, and our thoughts are habitual. We think the same thoughts over and over and over again, basically day after day. Just the way that we walk is habitual, and you can tell who we are from a mile away just by seeing us walk if you're good friends with someone. Or the way that our speech is habitual, whereas I'm going to speak with the same accent today as I spoke with yesterday and the day before and basically for my entire life, because we do things in a habitual way. Now those are things that we can see. We can't see our thoughts, but we think basically the same things over and over again. We hold the same beliefs. We have the same things that freak us out, that we're afraid of. We don't develop new phobias every day. We pretty much have had the same ones since the time that we developed them. So this fear of being alone, this fear that it's harder to find women because we're queer, that is just a mindfuck that is messing us up and holding us back. And we don't have to believe it. We can start to bring awareness to it, and every time we hear it in our head, remember, oh yeah, no, that's just a fear. Because the truth is that this world is full of beautiful, open-hearted people who are looking for love. Everybody wants love. Humans are wired. We literally are born with internal reactions and triggers, and our whole entire mechanism, emotionally and physically, is structured to connect with other people. Our ancient ancestors lived in tribes of 150 people, and they couldn't have survived in the wilderness on their own. And quite frankly, most of us couldn't survive today either in the wilderness on our own. We are wired to connect with other people, and we're wired for partnership. We're wired for love, and that's what everyone craves, and that's what everyone wants. So we're walking through a world of just open-hearted, beautiful people that are looking to connect just the way that you're looking to connect. The only thing that holds us back from finding the love that we want is self-sabotage or wasting time freaking out about the wrong women. And even for people, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what you're doing in life, we can always make our lives bigger to the point where it intersects with more people. And the more people our lives intersect with, and the bigger we make our lives and the bigger we make ourselves throughout our lives, the more chances we get to encounter more people. And you're not going to go your whole life without finding love. This is a world full of beautiful, open-hearted people looking to connect. Just the same way if you've ever been on a subway where it's crowded and everyone, on a train and a crowded train and everyone's bumped up against each other, on a crowded train, it's impossible not to bump into another person. And that's what love is like. We're walking around with these beautiful open hearts, and the bigger we make our lives and the more people we meet, eventually we are going to intersect with someone who is going to be just as into us as we are into her. And that's just how it is. And anything in your head that tells you otherwise is just a fear, and it's a fear that's holding us back. And the problem with fears, when we're too concerned, when we're too freaked out about, are we going to find love and is it going to work out, that's when we self-sabotage. That's when we cling to the wrong women. That's when we go on dates and we're so worried about whether this is going to become the relationship of our dreams because we're so afraid we're not going to otherwise have one, that we act in weird ways. We act needy, we act jealous, we don't stand in our power. The way that we stand in our power in life is believing in love with unwavering certainty, because there's no reason not to believe in love. You have no proof in the world that you're not going to find someone. And in fact, I have proof. It's just an absolute fact that if we go through life being terrified we're not going to find love, that any chance that whenever we do have a chance for love, whenever something comes into our life where we have an actual ability to find love, we're going to self-sabotage it because the belief that it's not going to work out is going to totally mess with us. So it's really important for all queer women, even when we're single, even when we're lonely, even if it's been a year or more since we've met someone we're attracted to who's attracted to us, the answer is not to freak out or to despair. The answer is to just focus on ourselves and make our lives bigger so that it intersects with more people. That is entirely possible for you. So whatever you do, just keep believing in love and never settle. And promise the woman of your future, promise the woman that you're going to end up with that you're not going to settle. Because wherever she is, she's probably afraid too, because she hasn't found you yet. And if you just think about how scary that must be for her to not know where you are, to not know if she's ever going to meet you, the amount of pain that she must be in, just the same way you are. And consider for a second that when you feel that, when you hear those fearful thoughts in your mind, and when you feel the anxiety wherever it might come up for you, when you feel that, consider for a minute that maybe that's not even yours. What you could be feeling is intuitively being connected with this woman of your future who you're going to love forever. And you could be feeling her fear. You could be feeling her anxiety about the fact that she hasn't found you yet. And what she needs is for you to tap into that and connect to her there and promise her that you are never going to settle until you're in each other's arms. And I'm so excited for you for when that happens. In the meantime, if anything ever comes up and you want to talk one-on-one with me about that, I do offer individual coaching, and you can find out more about that at womenwantingwomen.com/coaching. But until next time, just keep remembering that hot lesbians are everywhere, that love is real, and that the woman of your dreams is on her way into your life in perfect timing. And I will see you in the next video.